Chapter 1. Michelle Lancaster's mind was shutting down. After the arduous and stressing day of exams and having practically no sleep the night before had finally caught up to her, she set her phone on the nightstand, turned off the table lamp, and crept into bed. The cool satin sheets caressed her skin, welcoming her into their comfort. She moaned in gratitude and closed her eyes. Sleep was just at the threshold. She simply had to dive in. Before she could indulge, her phone began to vibrate. "Leave me alone," she moaned, hoping whoever was calling could hear her and stop. But the annoyance continued. She sighed, reaching for her phone. "Seriously," she uttered in annoyance before swiping the answer icon. "Amy, I told you I was crashing out early," she groaned, furrowing her brow. "I know, but it's only 9, Michelle," her friend Amy Pulley pointed out. "So what? I want to sleep. Call me tomorrow morning, okay?" She was about to hang up when she heard Amy plead. "Please don't hang up. This is an emergency." Putting her phone quickly back to her ear, she asked worriedly, "What's wrong?" Amy said, "Nothing's wrong. I just want you to check out the volunteer archaeological dig program posted on the college's activities page." Michelle rolled her eyes, huffing. "I'll check it out tomorrow morning after I get some sleep." Amy whined. "It'll be too late then. The deadline to sign up for it ends at midnight tonight. We have to sign up before then." "We?" Michelle scoffed. "You mean you. You're not going to make me do this alone, are you?" "Yes," Michelle admitted. Amy reminded her. "But you owe me for picking up and delivering your assignments and taking notes for you for that month and a half when you broke your hip bone and were bedridden." That was a smooth move by Amy to lay on the guilt, Michelle thought. It was working. If it weren't for all of Amy's help back then, Michelle would have fallen behind and maybe would have had to redo the semester. Michelle took a deep breath, then reached for her tablet she'd stored in the drawer in the nightstand. "Fine. I'll look at it. But I can't promise you I'll sign up for it," she said as she powered up her tablet. While she waited for the screen to load, she asked, "What's with your sudden interest in the program anyway?" Amy stated, "Mrs. Austin, my humanities teacher, was talking about it. How interesting it was, and that it would look great on our resumes when we apply to university." "Okay, but so are many other programs and activities that don't involve." Michelle paused for a second to scroll through the program page before continuing. "Taking a plane to Peru? What the hell? I know. But think how exciting it'll be to be part of such an amazing project. Digging up the world's history. How awesome is that?" Amy sighed. "Plus, I heard Derek Martel is signing up for it, too." Amy had the hugest crush on Derek. He was tall, dark, handsome, and perfect for her, was how Amy described him. The only thing was Derek barely acknowledged her existence. He was solely focused on school and hanging out with his best friends, Ed Lamech and Kurt Maine. Michelle snorted. "Let me get this straight. You want to sign up for this volunteer program, pay the plane fare, room and board, and all the other expenses, so you can maybe hang out with Derek." Amy grumbled. "You make me sound pathetic. I'm not doing this for Derek. The program honestly sounds amazing. Derek also being there is just a perk." Amy took a deep breath. "All I'm asking is for you to sign up for the Q&A meeting. We don't have to sign up for the program. We'll just go there and hear what they have to say. I'm not asking for the world, am I?" "No, okay, fine." Michelle swiped the join icon. "I've signed up for it. Happy now?" Amy squealed. Michelle had to move the phone away from her ear. Thank you. I'll let you sleep now, bye." Michelle hung up and lay back down, hoping she could get back to sleeping. But unfortunately, she was now wide awake. She griped. "This is all your fault, Amy."
Chapter 2. The auditorium was oddly vacant. Derek Mantle double-checked the page on his cell phone for the Q&A session. This was a place. So why was it empty? It should be packed with students waiting to hear about the archaeological dig volunteer program. And yet no one was here. He contemplated just leaving when he felt his toque being tugged off his head. "What the hell?" he said, spinning on the heel of his foot to Target, who was annoying him. Sure enough, his friends Ed Lamech and Kurt Maine stood there laughing. "Funny. Ha ha." He sneered. Ed said, "Why are you waiting out here?" We were hoping you'd be holding seats for us before it gets packed. No need for that. Take a look for yourselves. It's empty. I think it was canceled. Derek surmised. No, it isn't, Mr. Thurton said while he approached them from across the hall, carrying an armload of booklets. I'm here to talk about the program. He jutted his chin toward the auditorium's entrance. Let's go in and get started. When Mr. Thurton set his left foot past the threshold, he stopped and combed his fingers through his thinning hair. No one is in here. He shrugged. I guess the others are just running late. Have a seat, boys. We have to wait for Mrs. Austin and the rest of the students, and then we'll get started. He dumped a stack of booklets he carried on a table beside the podium and started to set up the PowerPoint slideshow he was going to present while Derek and his friends took seats in the second row. Indulging in a little chit-chat, Mr. Thurton asked, So are you boys excited to hear about the field trip? I wasn't sure the school would offer its students a chance to partake in the program. Mr. Pataka, the dean, said that he did like the idea that students would have to foot the bill for travel expenses, food, and accommodations for the trip to Peru. He said there were plenty of other credit programs out there that weren't this costly. But once I pleaded my case that this was no ordinary credit program, that was a once-in-a-lifetime experience that couldn't be overlooked, that would look good on any student's university application, he agreed to have Mrs. Austin and I lead the field trip. Yes, sir. What little you did tell us about it in class today intrigued us, Derek claimed, which was true. Ever since Derek was a kid, he'd always been fascinated with archaeology. To actually be at an archaeological site and discover a piece of historical artifact at the same time as devoted archaeologists did was practically a dream come true. How could he not come and find out more? He was surprised that Ed and Kurt wanted to hear about it too. Derek doubted they'd actually sign up for the program, but he'd already made up his mind that he would. He couldn't pass up the opportunity. It would be costly, and he would have to dip into his education funds to pay for it. But it would be all worth it. Mr. Thurton checked his watch and sighed heavily. I wonder what's keeping the others. As if on cue, the sound of multiple footsteps and voices approaching had Mr. Thurton smiling. There's the gang. Derek turned around to see about 25 other students making their way into the auditorium. Mrs. Austin was leading the group. Sorry we're late, John. I hadn't realized the time. Mr. Thurton waved his hand. It's all right. The boys and I were having a nice discussion while we were waiting. As the group spread throughout the auditorium, selecting random seats, Derek caught sight of Michelle Lancaster as she walked to the seat behind them. She looked up, catching him staring. He smiled in awkwardness while his heart raced. The prospect of Michelle joining the excavation group had him all excited.